Okay, let's cut the music. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. I know I was supposed to be here for 3 o'clock, but it's just 7 minutes past three. I might be joined by Carl. He's in Nigeria, so his internet is a bit backward. You know yourselves in Africa. Our internet sometimes acts and behaves in a certain way. So, welcome to the show, guys. It's a very, I was about to say a beautiful afternoon in Ireland, but it's not beautiful outside. It was raining. I just came from the shops. So, guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to all the people. I just wanted to flex my intro. You know, that music is good. It was made by one of my friends, one Tali. So I wanted people to hear that music. We already have got a few people in the comments already. Like the vid, guys, before we start. And thank you for being here. Welcome to the show. Let's welcome a few people. Samir says, he's prime time. The kid can ball. I think he's better than Enzo with the greater ceiling and or risk and great buy for City. Yeah, that's the thing about Man City right now. We went to Brazil. We got Douglas Luiz, Yan Couto, and those other two guys. I don't remember their names, but there's two other guys we got from Brazil. Things did not work out. KK, don't forget KK. Is it KK or Keki? We got him. It did not work out with the academy. So now City have decided to move away from Brazil to Argentina, where we got Julian Alvarez, where Aguero comes from. You know, so this is going to be amazing. Instead of spending 125 million like Chelsea is about to spend right now on Enzo Fernandez, City have decided to go elsewhere, guys. City have decided to get somebody called Maximo Perrone. Maximo Perrone. So this kid, guys, can play. He can play as a CTM. He can play as an 8 and a number 6. And the kid is a good passer. We're going to talk about it in a few minutes. I'll let you know what I have seen so far. By the way, when Alvarez, Enzo, and Nunes, who's at Wolves, were playing for River Plate, this kid was playing CDM and his team knocked out River Plate. So this kid is a baller, guys. It's amazing. You can see yourself. Even Fabrizio said, um, this kid is not going to be a CFG signing. So all the people who are thinking is a CFG signing, it's not. This kid is coming into the first team. Now, we will talk about it. Let me just send a link again to Carl. I sent him a link, but he wants another link. Let me send him again a link. By the way, guys, when I'm done with this show, this particular show, because I've got a few things to do this evening, I'm going to do the preview for the Everton versus Man City game. But guys, let's dive into this kid. So the kid is 19 years old. He's left-footed. You can see Pep likes left-footed players. We have Foden, left-footed. Silva, left-footed. De Bruyne, left-footed. Gundogan, left-footed. My God, left foot, left foot, left foot everywhere. Jack Grealish, left-footed or right-footed. Am I wrong? I'm just maybe I'm getting too excited. Let me relax. Let me just welcome the guys in the car. Nam, how you doing, man? Or the beat. What is this beat, man? Sounds good. That's a beat made by one of my friends, one Tali, man. Yeah, it's a Mapiano. Yeah, it's a Mapiano beat, man. It's a South African beat. Mancunian Way is in the building. How you doing, Mancunian Way? Hi, lads. Thanks for the stream. Give these guys a like and subscribe. Yeah, subscribe, guys, and also go subscribe to Mancunian Way. Very good City fan. He's one of the locals, and he's educated some of us in a few times, some of us international fans, in a good way on how the club was run back in the days and how everything. So he's a good guy, man. Go and watch him out. I like doing streams with him. So he says, "Is this guy CDM?" Yes, McKinney Way. He is a CDM. Charlie, how you doing, man? Merry Christmas to you and your family. I haven't seen you in a long time, Charlie. But big up to you. Big up to you. I'm trying to link Mr. Carl, who wants to jump on, who has done research on this kid. Carl knows more about this kid than I do, but I'll try my best. Big up to you, Chris. How you doing? Let me just welcome the guys in the chat. Carl says, need the link, Pat. Send the link. I'm sending the link in a few minutes. Charlie says, perfect player for Pep. Yeah, that's true. Guardiola would like this kid. If you guys have been watching this kid, right? Like the same time I remember when we were doing Julian Alvarez, you could tell that Julian Alvarez is a striker that Pep Guardiola would prefer. Guys, as I said, we dipped into Brazil. Things did not work out. Most of the Brazilians didn't end up with the first team. KK was supposed to end up with the first team. He didn't make it. Douglas Luiz was supposed to end up with the first team. They denied him the visa. He was the closest from Brazil to get it in our team. Let's not remember Robinho. Robinho has nothing to do with City anymore. Samir, let me read the comment from Samir. What's your take on Enzo going to Chelsea? I think it's too much. He's good, but that's too much money. I think it's a lot of World Cup hype. Look, Samir, I'm going to tell you something. Enzo Fernandez left his team for 10 million 6 months ago. Now Chelsea are going to buy him for 125 million. That's ridiculous. I would not pay that. Benfica bought him for 10 million when we were buying Alvarez. 10 million. Now they're gonna make a profit of 115 million on a player that's been there for 6 months. Chelsea do that. Let Chelsea do it. It's their business. But he's a good player. But I think it's a bit of a big price tag. He better perform, because Samir, if he doesn't perform, a lot of people, including myself, who's shameless, I'm gonna go after Chelsea for buying a 120 million player. Obviously, 100 plus player again. Okay, let me send this link to Carl, as he's asking for it, so we can dive in. Guys, as I said, we are talking about Maximo Perrone. Am I saying that right, guys? In the comments, is it Maximo Perrone or is Maximo Perrone? I don't know. People who know Spanish or Latin or Portuguese or whatever the name is, maybe you pronounce it better. But okay, let's get the main man on the screen. Let's get this 19-year-old wonder kid from Argentina on the screen, so that as we're talking, you can see who we're talking about. So there he is in all his glory. So this is the kid City are signing for 8 million. They're gonna trigger his clause in his contract. So hopefully it happens, because Fabrizio is saying if everything goes well, this will be triggered. And look, guys, I have seen some people on Twitter saying, why are we signing nobodies? I don't think we're signing nobodies. I think our scouting system is very good in Argentina. Don't forget, we did scout Enzo, but I think one of our scouts said the reason why we did not bring Enzo to City is because we had Gundogan and De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. So they were asking that where we're going to put Enzo. But right now, as Gundogan is 32 years old, I think, isn't it, Carl? 32 years old right now, losing a bit of speed. This kid, I think, can be a Gundogan replacement. Yes, he plays CDM, but he plays the 6 and 8. I'm going to get Carl on. Carl, are you with us, or the internet in Nigeria is acting up?
No, the internet in Nigeria is fine. Sorry, guys. I've been sick for the past like 10 days. So
I can hear, man. I know you've been sick off camera. Thanks for coming on, man. Thanks for coming on.
All kinds of medication, man. Trust me. But I'm much better today. Yeah, Maximo Perrone. The funny thing about this deal is that when I saw the name, it didn't hit me. I was like, who's this guy? Argentina. Okay, Argentina. All right, fine. Then it hit me. I said, oh, this was the kid. And I tweeted this, that I saw that knocked out Alvarez and Enzo in the Copa de Libertadores. I think it was the round of 16 in summer. I remember this guy and his team. They played 4-4-2. He played box to box. He can play 6, he can play 8. And he's left-footed. And he just was tackling everybody left, right, and center. I remember this kid. I remember, because I was watching that game that day, Patrick, and I was like, wait a minute. River Plate are champions, right?
That's the time we were doing a lot of research on Alvarez.
Yeah. I remember. I was like watching the game in summer. I was like, River Plate are champions. Why is Vélez bullying River Plate like this? What's going on? I mean, they couldn't put two passes together. This guy, quick.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that Benfica were picking up? Benfica were about to pick him up to replace Enzo Fernandez.
Well, let me describe this guy for you. Let me describe for you.
Go ahead.
This guy,
describe for the guys in the comments. Go ahead.
So what I've seen of this guy from the games I've watched for him, but also on clips I've seen, is he's aggressive. You know how we have games where a player will kind of go past Gundogan and it's like he's running in trico and he's not running back. This guy doesn't do that. He's a dog. He will chase you, he will win the ball, and then he transitions the ball very quickly to the offense, to the attacker. So he's the kind of person that reminds me of a Fernandinho when Fernandinho was in his heyday, that kind of a player who can play box to box, but who's also very fast and he's left-footed. That's who he is, Don Smoke.
It's the speed. It's the speed I'm enjoying. The speed. Let me answer this. Charlie says, don't think it'll be straight into the first team. Gonna be EDS. Charlie, EDS. 19 years old, 10 in 20 EDS. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's get one thing straight, everybody. See, listen to me. You don't come from Argentina and go to the EDS. Right? Now, Brazil, you can come from Brazil like Kaique and go to the EDS where you're not quite sure.
Yeah, but Kaique 17 years old, 10 and 18. So
you don't go to he's beyond EDS. What's he going to do? Play on the 21s again? For what? Nah. You don't go to EDS. Just come straight in.
Patrick, to answer Charlie, the thing is this. Reverse it around, right? Do you think McAtee could go to that Vélez midfield and start in Argentina.
Never.
Right?
Never.
Exactly.
You
That
get
shows you the
killed.
difference. Exactly. That shows you the difference between it's a mentality thing. Even Alvarez and Enzo, man, the level of the Copa Libertadores is not the same as your EDS level. These guys, they can make it straight into the national team. The aggression it's a mentality thing.
Yes, don't smoke. Don't smoke. What you're talking about is people don't understand the level of football in Argentina. They think it's one backwater. Our league one is better. No. Argentine football is as physical, even more physical than English football is. It is aggressive. You don't have time and space. And there are men, grown men with beards who will bully you and kick you off the field. I'm telling you. How do you think Enzo Fernandez gets to play for
Nunes is at Wolves. Nunes is at Wolves.
Patrick, do you remember the friendly we played against that Mexican club? I think it was
I remember.
Did you see the physicality that was there? Whereby these guys will break you on they'll break you in a friendly. And that's the mentality that these guys have. Whereby you play for your life, you die on the
Brazilian league or some league in the back. The Argentine league is a very hard league. It's a difficult league. They're tough. These guys they will destroy your leg. They will run you to the ground. They'll press you.
Let me respond to Nam. Nam, this is the same. This particular comment you have here is the same comment me and Carl got when the first time when Alvarez was rumors, and me and Carl were talking about Alvarez. People were giving this same comment saying, why is everyone hyping a player that we've never seen before? People wanted a player that's well known. They're like, why are we wasting our money? We should go hardcore for Kane. Remember, Carl? People say the same. So don't, man. When we scout Argentina, we are scouting good players. Don't fall for this thing that just because Alvarez was shown at the World Cup, there's a reason why even Fab says this kid is going to the first team. There's a reason why he's been scouted. Go ahead, Carl.
People talk like this because they haven't seen him. Unfortunately, we've seen him. Or at least I've seen him. Right? I talked about my experience watching him for Vélez versus River Plate. I talked about watching their games on my TV on Sunday afternoons because they play late on Sundays. Every game. And he plays. I mean, this guy. We're gonna if you can watch the under 20 South American Championships coming up in January, February. Let's watch it and see. Why don't we just trust our board? If our board can get a gem for 8 million and Chelsea want to pay 120 million for Enzo Fernandez, we should be thankful for that.
Yeah, it's the same as Alvarez. People were saying, why don't we just go all out for Kane? Why are we going for nobody? Let me read this comment. Like everyone thinks he's going out on loan. They never learn. They say the same thing about Alvarez. Patrick, he has every quality. Pep needs to be a midfielder. Great signing. Go ahead, don't spoke.
You know, when it comes to midfield, right? If Pep buys you for the first team, just trust me. It means you've shown him enough. There's one position whereby it's hard to basically convince Pep. It's in the midfield. There's a reason why Grealish and Foden are still playing on the wing. If Pep says you are good enough to play in my midfield, you are good enough. And for him, it's not about the age; it's whether he believes you're ready. I keep mentioning Busquets as an example at Barca. Yeah. He went to La Masia, he says, no, this kid has the minerals that I need, and off you go.
Well, Patrick, I want to look at this picture, but you just showed us right now. Look at this picture, right? Look at this picture. What's on his left armband? What's on his left arm?
Is wearing the captain's armband.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a lot of people noticed that Man City keeps buying captains? You've noticed that recently? Don. Diaz, captain. They keep buying captains, yeah.
Right. So we have a picture of this kid in Argentine football in one game wearing the captain's armband, probably 18 or 19 years old, with grown men with big beards and bones like a dinosaur.
This guy is on the beard, isn't he, Don? He's on the beard.
I've seen Argentina football. I've seen it, man. Yeah. It's no joke.
Patrick, the same goes. Listen. Jude wore an armband for Dortmund, and we've never heard the end of it, right?
Yeah,
that's the truth. So you have to keep that same energy. If Jude is 19, wearing the armband at Dortmund, and for you, it gives you wet dreams. You have to have the same energy when it comes to this. However, you have a kid who's 18.
That's what I've
Professional
noticed.
season.
Yeah.
First professional season, captaining the team. Then it means that he has character traits within that are good enough to lead
And
men.
then Benfica and Newcastle. Benfica wanted this kid to replace Enzo Fernandez. People should think about it. Enzo Fernandez was bought by Benfica for 10 million 6 months ago. He's been sold for 125 for Chelsea. Benfica now wanted to go with a bid of 6 million to go buy this kid to replace Enzo Fernandez. Think about it. Isn't that it's simple math, isn't it? John and Carl. We've basically taken the guy who was supposed to replace Enzo Fernandez at Benfica.
Well, just think about it from the maths, right? If Benfica is saying, hey, we have this guy, we want to replace Enzo with his same characteristics, he's the same kind of player, plays in Argentina, has the same leadership skills, and it's only going to cost us 6 million. And the City come in and pay his release clause and get it for 6 million. Meanwhile, our rival clubs are paying 120 for the same kind of guy. After 6 months, you're paying 100 million. I mean, seriously, come on now. You got to do the business.
Yeah, it's smart business.
Even if the guy doesn't work out, you only pay 8 million.
You haven't lost anything. That's the thing. People have to remember. Alvarez, that's when we were doing the Alvarez videos. I was saying the risk is not high. Same thing as Gomez, Sergio Gomez. Give him a season, by the way, guys. I know some of you guys are coming after me, but you guys don't forget Zinchenko, you're on his back. You're on the back of Bernardo Silva, back of all the players. Give Gomez the same season. You were talking about Jack. You said, Jack, we have to give him a season, right? Give Sergio Gomez a season too. Let me just read this. Also, do you know any information on Bernardo Silva's contract? In your opinion, do you think he stays? Look, to be honest with you, Samir, right now it's complicated. We don't know if Bernardo Silva stays or goes. Last season, the beginning of this season, Bernardo Silva was the first name on the team sheet. So we'll see what happens. You never know. Okay, let me just read this comment. This is okay. I think this ends Gundo as we have Rodri and Phillips as well.
Correct.
I think it's still going to be another CM. That's good. That's smart because Gundogan, guys, he might end up being a coach. He might end up being the second team manager. You never know. It doesn't make sense from Chelsea, but spending 120 to Chelsea. Yeah. They could have got him for 10 million in summer. Why spend so much now? Panicking. No, that's the thing, Charlie. Even City Scout said we could have got Enzo Fernandez, but we never had space in the squad at that point in time. Chelsea also were in the same pocket. The thing about big clubs, Charlie, is big clubs, the same thing as Haaland. We can give an example of Haaland. Why didn't people go after Haaland and buy him for 15 million at Modi? It's because they wait for a player. They want to see how the player develops because it's a risk. That's the risk City took. Right now, the biggest debut City have is Alvarez. They went and took a risk for 14 million. That risk other clubs like Man United did not want. I don't know if you heard about this, guys. Ragnick, right?
Yeah.
Scouted Enzo and Alvarez, and United board laughed at him, said no. They told him no. So they didn't want to take that risk. Why we went to get Alvarez and took the risk. So it's about risk, Charlie. Some big clubs never want to take a risk until they see how good somebody is. Go ahead.
I want to talk about Martin's point, if you don't mind. Martin is absolutely correct, right? If you put Martin's point back up again, Martin is 100% correct. And he's saying that when this guy is a left-sided player, he plays on the left side, he's left-footed. So Gundogan normally plays on that left 8. He has the characteristics to play left 8. He has the speed, the tenacity, and the passing range to play that position. He needs some pausa because he needs to kind of calm down sometimes. But he could grow into that. He's absolutely
he's just 19, so it will work out. Yeah. He's just 19.
And what's so impressive about him is, besides not having the pausa, is the ability to break lines.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him the Gundo replacement, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I talk about Jude, I say he can't break lines. And to replace Gundo, you need to play at box to box, but also thread that final pass which can split open that defense. And man, at the end of the day, that's why when most people start talking about City overachieving, I get pissed because people don't understand the system City have created. Our system is bigger than any player. We're one of the only few teams whereby we don't really rely on individuals. That is why we can let certain players go. It will take time, yes, to replace them, but Pep will thread a new system that will make the best out of whatever we have. Hence, although we're going to be sad for Gundo to go, but I don't see a drop-off.
I don't think there's going to be a drop-off. I don't think. Okay, let me just see some of this. Samir says, Maximo. Yep, yes, Maximo. I think I was answering what I was saying. Another comment by Daniel here. He's left-footed, so he will play in the Bernardo Silva, Gundoro in the left. He can play also attacking 8. Guys, there's a lot of you watching this video. Thank you very much. I know somebody texted me saying the reason why sometimes people don't watch me is because we're doing late night videos. It's because we're very busy sometimes. I'll try my best to be doing these videos. I know a lot of you like them, but like the vid, guys. Show some love to Veda Games in the house. Show some love to Mancunian Way. Go subscribe to the channels. Show some love to Pitch Points. That's Cow's channel. It's also my channel, Pitch Points. So it's both of our channel. Same as True City Fan is both of our channel. So Daniel says, hope you get well soon, Cow. Somebody says you have to get well soon. Yeah, let's see. I don't think he will replace anyone in the squad. He will go to the EDS. Look, Charlie, as always, the title of this channel is this: everybody's opinion matters. So at the end of the day, we just wait a few months and all of us can prove each other wrong, as always. So don't worry, everybody's opinion matters. If that's the opinion you have, we respect that opinion. Okay,
Well,
let's just see
the question
here.
is, the question is, if Rico Lewis and Cole Palmer can make the first team, why can't he?
Yeah, that is the question. So there's a comment here by Veda Games. Is large up to the crew. Hit the like button, guys. Go subscribe to Veda Games, as I said earlier on. There's another comment here says hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. Like the vid. Oh, by the way, guys, when we're done with this stream, I'm also going to do the Everton stream. I know the Everton stream was supposed to be at 10 p.m., but I will be busy this evening. So the Everton stream will be right after we are done twerking and hyping for Maximo Perrone, who's going to be the GOAT, better than Jorginho. Okay, so Samir says 100% first team. Perrone will turn 20 in 1 week. His first team signing. You see, that's the thing. You see, this is what I said. I already checked the age. He's going to turn 20. Nobody at the age of 20 can go and start playing ETS. Straight in for who though? We have Phillips, Gundo, Bernardo, KDB, Rodri. That's 5. We're taking season for him. Okay, so let me explain this to you, Mancunian Way. Do you remember the issue that Liverpool have, where they have Milner and old people still sitting in the team? The thing about bringing a youngster in a team like this one, why they're winning, why the other midfielders are still there, is for him to learn from them. Yes, he's not going to have the minutes he's looking for, but he'll have few minutes. But the advantage of bringing this 19-year-old kid who's about to turn 20 in a team where there's Phillips, Gundo, Bernardo, and KDB, Rodri, is he was going to learn. Now, I want you guys to be careful because you might end up falling in the same bracket like Liverpool fans, where you get attached to somebody and don't want to let go. Gundogan's legs are gone. I'm sorry to say it. He's our captain, but I've watched him in few games. Gundo still has the ability, but his legs are gone. He can't run the same way anymore. Am I wrong to say that? Don't smoke?
Apart from that, I think one thing people don't understand is pressure, right? The reason why most players, especially Chelsea, why players fail at Chelsea is because they don't have time to settle in. Let me give so let's say, for example, Enzo goes to Chelsea, right? He goes straight into the first team. And based on that, already there is expectations of how he's supposed to perform. And if he takes long to perform and they lose points, the fan base turns on him immediately. Oh, he's a fraud. Whereby with City, because of normally we bring in players into an already functioning team, you're given grace to embed into the team. Whereby the moment you come in, there isn't so much expectations on you. Hence, you can slowly integrate into the team. Same thing with your Grealish, your Mahrez, and all. Besides maybe Haaland, most of every other purchase of ours have been given time to integrate and embed into a team without having so much expectations. Because let's say, for example, we bring in this kid and expect him to be a direct replacement for Gundo, and he flops, or he takes him time to adapt. Everyone will be going for his head. Whereby if he comes in now, gets in those little cameos, by the time Gundo is gone, this kid is already integrated. So the sooner you bring in your new signings, whereby your team is still winning at the top, the better for your team.
Yeah, I agree with Don Smoke. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why that surprises me, Cow. You're right. What Don Smoke says, Cow. I don't know why people I get what people are saying, right? But you have to look at the age of your squad sometimes. He comes in, he doesn't play much games. Who cares?
Let's talk about Charlie's comment right here. Listen, Charlie, I get it. Okay, Bellingham is English. I get it. But if you really look at his game, Bellingham's game, he's really not a City player. Think about the passing in tight spaces that Enzo can do, or even now Maximo can do, how they manipulate the ball, how they create space for themselves, how they have the rhythm to the game. These players are more like what we need and have than what Bellingham is. So it won't surprise me if Bellingham doesn't come to us. Not because we're not a big club to get him, it just doesn't fit our system. And this is my argument from day one. I got nothing against the kid. It just doesn't. He's a transition football player. We're not a transition football team. We're just not. So that's been my argument from day one is, yes, Bellingham is a great English player, but he's a great transition football player. This kid is 19, can do both sides of the coin. Why do I want to train somebody for 100 million when I can get somebody who can do it for 8 million? It's just business.
And Gundo, to add to your point, what people don't realize is we already have one of the best transitional midfielders in Kevin De Bruyne, in KDB, right? The reason why KDB loses the ball more than all other midfielders is because normally he's looking for passes in transition to attack or counter.
Correct.
Right. Now the problem is if you have two of those, you lose ball retention in the midfield. Right. That is why normally the balance of KDB is always a Gundo or a Bernardo. Just that Gundo has gone slow now, but these guys actually allow KDB to play his game. So now the issue is if you have two, then now you're relying on Rodri to do all the ball retention and also the winning of possession. So then we lose that domination.
And this thing that Don Smoke is talking about, guys, is really, really important analysis, right? Let's think about that flick that De Bruyne does against Leeds United. Remember that flick he does? No look flick that passed the ball.
Yeah, I know that it was a small backward pass towards. Was it towards Palmer? Right? Yeah, towards Palmer.
Yeah, think about that pass he makes. Right, that's De Bruyne. That pass could go to the other team and we could get countered easily. The percentage of success is so slim, but that's who Kevin is. Kevin is what I call the quarterback, right? Who is lobbing balls up and down the whole place, who is dynamic. That's Kevin. Kevin is not Gundogan who will control and small pockets. No, Kevin is dynamism, his explosiveness, his passing range. He's the one that finds Haaland in those impossible passes. That's why there's nobody like Kevin in the Premier League.
Yeah, let me read this. Let me read this. Is my idea dead that Grealish or Foden drop in midfield? It's not. Because, guys, I keep repeating this, and I'm going to repeat this better, is people, you have to remember, these darling midfielders of yours, yes, they might play too like Modric, but Modric is different. Kelvin is more faster. Maybe he'll slow down a bit, but some of the midfielders are getting slow, like Gundo is getting slow. De Bruyne is going towards the 30s. You will need these guys who drop in one day. They will take over one day. Time is there. Let's not have a Milner situation where we're just twerking for a player. That's all. Guys, I know I was reading some of the comments, but the comments are going too fast. So I'll be just picking. Would Perrone work well with Jude Bellingham? I don't know. We'll see. Look, at the end of the day, I'm going to say this. Let me say my opinion on Jude. I think maybe the panel would agree with me. If by some reason, right, Maximo Perrone shows up, let's say in January, or shows up in February, or shows up any window, summer, and then somehow Jude shows up, I'm not going to be a hater. I don't think anybody on the panel will hate anything. We'll see that, okay, maybe Pep has a plan. Isn't it, Don't Smoke? We'll look at it and say, maybe Pep has a plan. Why is Maximo here and why is Jude here? Maybe he has a plan. It's just that I think when people think Jude is the only midfielder out there in the world, no anyone else, that's when things go a bit crazy. The same way I was against people who are Enzo Fernandez fans. Like, it's not only Enzo and Fernandez out there. There's ballers out there. You just have to pick them. There's players who can play football. Like, for instance, I'm a fan of Neves from Wolves, and a lot of people are. And the only reason why Neves is not moving for Wolves is because Wolves keep putting the price up. And sometimes they put the price down, then they outprice him. But he wants to move to a Champions League. My guy Ty, how you doing, man? How you doing, Ty? I see you're spending another 125 million on another player, but big up to you, man. I don't hate on spending. I don't want to prove anyone wrong or be big-headed about it. No, don't worry, Charlie. As I said, opinions matter. All the
Yeah,
guys,
yeah, yeah. I mean, say, Patrick, let me be clear. If Jude comes to City, fine, we'll
yeah,
move, right? We expect the best from him.
for him,
I
isn't
just
it?
feel,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
we
feel
don't
like
mind.
if you look, just look at the way we play. It's not that kind of a play. He's more a Liverpool player than he is a City player.
Yeah,
Transition,
too. Yeah, yeah, too.
that's
Mankinian,
all.
wait. I'll send you the link just after this. We're about to end this video. I'm gonna start the Everton link. I'll send you the link. Don't worry about it. Play him in the FA Cup games. Maybe he learns. Yeah, I will play him anyway, man. That's the thing about people. They should remember we play a lot of Champions League games and we play a lot of FA Cup games. If he's still okay, if still in when it okay, if still in it when he
Yeah,
arrives
he's
in
arriving in February, guys. So
yeah February. Yeah.
what's going on? So City will pay his release clause. His registration goes from his current club to City. Then he becomes a City player going to the South American Championships, and after that he
Yeah.
comes to City. That's the way it's
Yeah.
supposed to work.
So if Gundogan's legs are gone, then we're screwed for this season. Not particularly, man. Not particularly. Um,
Depends on
not
the games.
particularly, Charlie. Not
Depends on
particularly.
the games.
Yeah. Let me just say hi to you. Gundogan has been brilliant this season. He has, but Charlie, I'm not saying anything about him. I keep telling people, ability, passing is still there. But I want you to watch games where we're playing teams that are very fast in midfield. He's getting outrun. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I know he's been brilliant. Jordan says, "Yo, how you doing, Jordan? Hope you're well. Hope you're well, Jordan. Guys, go and subscribe to Jordan's channel. Very good Liverpool fan. Okay, let me just read Daniel. Charlie, he can still play this season, but what we've done over the years, perfect is letting go of players at a perfect time. That's what they have done. Let me just Okay, so I'm gonna let Don Smoke speak. Then we're gonna move on to the Everton stream, guys. I know most of your comments are coming. I love the interaction, guys. But very soon we're gonna jump onto the Everton stream. They're coming to the Etihad, so we're gonna jump on. Don Smoke, go ahead. Do you have anything else to say on
Yeah,
Maximo Perrone, who's going to be better than
yeah.
Jorginho? No
You
cap.
know, finally, what I like to say about this kid is the thing which most people don't recognize is the reason why this kid is a perfect Gundo replacement is he can dictate the tempo of the game,
Yeah.
right? And that's what you want from a number 8, whereby he can collect. He knows when to speed things up or slow things down, right?
Yeah,
And that's what Gundo was. Gundo at his best, that's what he does very well,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And to have a kid who can do that, it's more like, hence it's more of how do we transition from Gundo to this kid than us just saying, oh, we're losing Gundo. No, we won't struggle as long as when it comes to the midfield, trust me, I trust Pep, because Pep, trust me, Pep values that position with his life. It's all about the midfield, and Pep will do a good job. Let the kid come in, barring strange injuries or whatnot. I see us, we're gonna maintain our form across the season. And what great signing by Cheeky, man. Always, whenever we think we've lost out on a
Masterclass,
diamond,
masterclass.
no, whenever, because we thought we lost out on an Enzo. And Cheeky's like, no, guys, I know what I've been doing. Trust me, I
Wait,
got this.
don't smoke. Have you seen the latest on Enzo? Is it true about?
125,
I'm hearing that
127.
he's rejecting Chelsea. He wants to wait till summer for Real Madrid, or I'm just seeing it
Yeah,
now.
No bloody way. No bloody way.
I'm just seeing
No.
it
I
now.
don't blame him though. I don't blame him
Check,
because
check your WhatsApp. I don't know if it's
you
true.
know what
I don't know. But
what most people don't understand
Look,
is
look. At the end of the day, if he wants to wait for
Enzo,
somebody
don't join
else,
United.
maybe.
Enzo, don't join United, please. I beg you. God, I beg you. Go to Chelsea instead. Don't join United. Come on, man.
You do know that Enzo steps in that United midfield, there's trouble.
Don't
There
go
is
to
trouble.
United,
it will
Enzo.
become better.
Don't go there. Don't go there. What do you want to go there for? Yeah, go to Chelsea, my friend.
Yeah, like
I know what you know what, Kawa. I know what you're doing.
Patrick,
I know why you
if
want him
there's
to
a
go to
team,
Chelsea.
Patrick, if there's a team right now who I don't care who they sign, it's Chelsea. Because it's that thing of whereby they're trying to build a Galacticos, which Madrid tried to build. At the end of the day, behind the scenes is where you win league titles. And looking at Chelsea spending is proof that you can't buy your way to league titles when there's teams out there who can compete just as much as you.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're right about that. And like at the end of the day, Chelsea, I think they're trying. Like I think Todd thinks that this is America. You know, when like you're in the NBA, NFL, you sign stars. Have you noticed he's going for big stars? It's just ballers, big stars. But the thing is, do they have a plan on how to integrate all these players? Because Man City buys players on a plan. And guys, big up to Markety. Markety has started balling. Man of the match performances recently. So Markety is balling. I hope one day we'll see Markety because I love that baller. But anyway, don't smoke, get right. On that note, guys, we're gonna end it. I sent the link to the next stream for the Everton game in the group, in the True City Fan channel panel. Guys, if you want to join the channel panel, let me know. We'll add you on Twitter. But guys, thank you for coming on. Don't smoke as
Thank you,
always.
everyone.
It's a pleasure. And
Cheers, man.
Carl,
Take
hopefully
care,
you get
man.
one well soon. I don't know if you guys are jumping on the Everton one. It's
I'll
up to
jump
you.
on.
You can jump. The
I'll
link
jump
is
on.
there. So let's do McKinion way. You're welcome. You can jump on the Everton one. Veta, I know you're asking for the link for this one, but the link for the Everton one is there. I didn't see your message. I was on. But guys, thank you very much. I see this is a good time to stream. There's a lot of you watching on Twitter, a lot of you watching on YouTube. Guys, we're on 1,583. No, actually 85 now. So let's get to that 2 grand and get to that 5,000 by next year. And then I can stop working and do this every day. I'm joking. Anyway, let's move on. Guys, that's goodbye from us. See you on the Everton stream. Maximo Perrone, what do you think, guys? Tell me in the comments. What do you think of Maximo Perrone? Do you think he's gonna come in the first team and dislodge somebody, or do you think we're gonna be playing him in a few UCL games, a few FA Cups, a few Carabao Cup games, or do you think this kid is going to be the next big thing? You never know. You know what I like about this, guys? If this kid outplays Enzo Fernandez, my God, there'll be a story. Anyway, guys, that's all from us. Goodbye.